the stress and the excitement and the happiness and the celebrations. Hey everybody, it's me, Margaret. I am sitting outside today in the front yard, as a matter of fact, with all my little critters as they roam around behind me because the day is gorgeous. Tomorrow the high is in the 50s and it's also supposed to rain, so we're trying to enjoy it now. So I fixed myself a cup of coffee and I'm sitting outside to thought I'd just chat with you as if I were living the life of leisure. And the truth of the matter is, I have had a crazy couple of weeks. This was homecoming / parents weekend at Thomas's school. I am a grade parent coordinator, so we have really been busy around here, complete with some 12-hour plus days, which has worn me plumb out. But we had a super time. This is Thomas's senior year. He was on the homecoming court.
Representing Charlie Company is Second Lieutenant Thomas Olander. His escort is Isabel Owens.
And you know, they do that differently. You know how most schools, they'll do homecoming court where each grade is represented and you have your sophomore maids and your senior maids and all that kind of stuff. Well, they don't do that here. We have girls that represent the companies at a military school. This is Riverside Military Academy. So Thomas was Charlie Company, and so he escorted the Charlie Company maid. And then at the end of the night, actually it's a real complicated process. It's not a popularity contest. The girls submit applications and there's an interview that they have to go through and all this kind of stuff. And then there's a committee of cadets and adults that choose the homecoming queen. So it's a pretty neat thing. So Thomas was on there. He also got his sword this year. This is a ceremony for when they present the officers with a sword, and it's actually something they get to keep. It is custom designed, meaning that it's the right size for them and everything. He also got his class ring. There is a ring ceremony, as you might guess. So that was a big deal as well. So I have a cute picture of him with me right after the ceremony, and he was just having the best time all weekend long. So it was really fantastic. Trying to think if there's anything else that was. And I seem to have forgotten the National Honor Society induction, which was kind of important. And this picture cracks us up because he is standing one step below Tucker and me. Oh yeah, and then of course the dance. The dance was great fun, and he rocked out all night long. Lost his glasses at one point, found them again. Everything was fine. He was just having a great time. Regardless, it was exhausting for me, but I loved every minute of it. This is pretty much what I do, is I'm a volunteer. And right now my focus is on Thomas. It is nice to be able to catch my breath. Oh, but that wasn't all. So then we finished that last weekend, and last night, which was Tuesday, we had what's called Senior Grill Night. We have it's kind of like a little snack bar on campus, and it's called the Goomba Grill. And so we have everybody, like all the seniors, come in there and we host this big dinner for them, which is a real fun, laid-back thing. I got a bunch of gift cards, $10 gift cards, and we did door prizes. And you would swear that we were giving out the lottery, you know, the way they were carrying on with those things. So all in all, it was just great fun. I also happen to have my Knitcrate here. Now, I told you, generally speaking, I kind of do every other month. I may or may not, depending on how it works out for me. I keep one, and then the other month I will give one away. So this was supposed to be mine to keep. And I do love what it is. Of course, like I said, I've never been disappointed with anything that I have received from Knitcrate. But this is Audine Wools by Knitcrate. Can you see the variegation of color on that? I just think that's beautiful. Of course, I always think it's beautiful. I know y'all get tired of me saying the same thing. 2 skeins, and true to form, Knitcrate has really stepped up. I mean, every single solitary month they have upgraded this company in some form or fashion. The pattern this time, I mean, look at this. Can you see the quality of this? I don't want to open it up to give away any of the pattern stuff, but the quality of this thing is just, it's like a magazine. Here, let me see. This is the, looks like knit. That's the knit pattern. It's called First frost, which is just lovely. And then here is the crochet. It's called Moss Boss, which is, of course, the moss stitch. And it's a cowl, which is just lovely. And it really, I really like it crochet-wise. It shows off the very, oh gosh, you can't really see. Well, it shows off the different shades within the colors. And you know how Knitcrate does every month, there's a collection of colors and you don't know which one you're going to get. So you can do a little sneak peek ahead of time to see what's available, but it's still going to be a surprise when it gets to your mailbox. I love this. I could not be more tickled pink with, well, that was the wrong thing to say, wasn't it? Because this is not pink. I could not be more pleased with this color that I've gotten. It's called Ash. This is 50% alpaca, 30% merino wool, 20% nylon, DK weight. And you can you can feel that nylon in there. Nylon to me is magic. It seems to make everything just a little softer, but you know I'm so fond of wool, of natural fibers. Now, speaking of Knitcrate, like I said, they tend to upgrade or plus their company. Every month there's some sort of improvement, and just when I think it's absolutely perfect, they're surprising me. Now, something about my channel is I call it sheepishly sharing, and I think my purpose is to always share something with you. Now, that might actually be one of my knit crates, or it could be information, which a lot of times it's information. It could be a free pattern where I give a tutorial or something like that, but I always want to share something. In the past, companies like Knitcrate generally are reaching out to what's called social media influencers, and that would be somebody like me, somebody that's got a YouTube channel, or somebody who has a really active Instagram or Facebook or something like that. And those are the people that they'll send the free products to. But now Knitcrate is making it possible for all of their members to get free stuff. And when I saw this email, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell everybody this. So that's what we're about to talk about. I am so impressed that they're offering free stuff to everybody, not just social media influencers. But this is how you go about getting them. First of all, you need to be a member of Knitcrate, and just as they've always done, they give you stash points. For every $1 that you spend, you get some points, and then later you get coupons to put towards products, so you end up getting free things eventually. However, they have just upgraded it, so now there are many more ways to get more points, so you're going to get your free stuff faster. Now, in addition to this, they are now giving rewards for referring friends. And this is not just the social media influencers. These are people like you. Any member of Knitcrate can get rewarded for referring friends. So let's talk about that. First, we have here some of the upgrades for the stash points. Here's the regular one stash point for every $1 that you spend. But look at this. You get 100 stash points just for having a birthday. Normally, you would have had to spend $100 before you accrued 100 points, but look at that. And then, of course, you could get a few more points just for sharing on social media, which so many of us do anyway. So that's fantastic. Double points for your first crate purchase. I mean, it's just, I love this. So look at it and see what can apply to you. So let's think of this scenario. Let's say you've got Susie, who she's a regular Knitcrate customer. She enjoys her monthly Knitcrates, and that's about all she does, okay? But she's been a loyal follower. And then you've got Mary. And let's say Mary is one who she'll sign in every month, and she'll go to the Member Central, and she'll buy things that are on sale, and she's promoting it or whatever. So you've got two levels of loyalty there, right? Well, guess what? Mary is going to end up having more value assigned to her points. It's just like a loyal customer reward system. So what they're calling it is different VIP tiers, so that your points are worth more with each new level that you unlock. Plus, you get new prizes each time. Pretty awesome, right? Yes. I mean, I'm just blown away by this. I think it's fantastic. So look right here. This is the referral program. Get free Knitcrates again and again. So basically what they're doing is offering you an opportunity to put email addresses of your friends. Now, I'm thinking a great resource for this would be a crochet group or knitting group that you go to on a regular basis. A lot of people are not online YouTuber communities, even though they are avid knitters and crocheters. And this is one way that you can introduce them to the knit crates that you see all the time on these channels. Now keep in mind that this entire program benefits nobody but you. Knitcrate is thinking about its members, not about its social media influencers. Now here's what it says: give 10, get 10. Spread the word by referring friends. They get $10 off their first crate order, and you get $10 in stash points that can be used toward future payments. Refer 3 friends and get 1 month free. So basically you just need to sign into your account to get started. Now recently I've learned that there's a lot of people that don't understand that once you are a Knitcrate member, a subscription box receiver, you actually get all these other bonuses. For example, when you sign into your account and go to Member Central, they'll have different things for sale, and you're going to automatically get 25% off just because you're a Knitcrate member. But right now they're running what's called Double Down on October's skeins. Here's your code for Double Down right there. If you're a member, it's not going to work if you're not a member, but it gives you an additional 25% off. So you get your Member Central 25, and right now with the code Double Down, you'll get another 25% off. So you are essentially going to get 50% off of October's skeins. And this type of thing has become a normal occurrence for Knitcrate, where they'll let you know when they're going to run a special for the members in addition to the normal 25% discount. They'll do, and they'll give us a sneak peek at what's coming in next month's crate. So I just thought you might get a kick out of knowing that, because I love the fact that everybody now has an opportunity to earn free yarn. And as you know, it's such high quality yarn. And isn't anybody paying me to say that, by the way? Yeah, they give me some free stuff so that I can get the word out, yeah. But I have never taken a sponsored video. I do not plan to take a sponsored video. A sponsored video is when somebody is actually paying you. They don't just give you something free for you to review. They actually pay you in addition to your receiving the free item. And then you are supposed to give a favorable review. And there's a contract involved and different things like that, and I don't do those. I think you know by now that I'm 100% honest to a fault. I won't do those. As a matter of fact, I turned one down just the other day. So when you hear me reviewing something, if I really, really like it, then it's the truth. I'm going to tell you that. And I think you've seen some of my videos in the past when I've said, yeah, this is great, but, you know, so just, you know, that's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. On a personal note, I have very thoughtful subscribers who are aware. They have watched me for a while, and they know that I battle chronic Lyme disease, and I am feeling better on the protocol that I have been following right now. However, through all that homecoming parents weekend commotion, it was very, very stressful, and I did not follow the diet that was prescribed for me. I had a setback. There was some pretty stressful situations, and you know how people talk about stress affecting you physically? It was almost like night and day when the bottom fell out of this thing, and it's too hard to go into, but I just want you to know that stress is a big contributor to how somebody feels. And so is diet. They have me on this anti-inflammatory diet, which is gluten-free and pretty much meat and vegetables, that sort of thing. But I will be the first to tell you, when I was pressed for time and was driving through and grabbing stuff and just sticking whatever I could in my mouth just to keep me going, I felt a considerable difference. So while I knew that this was true in theory, I had never actually experienced it before. When your immune system is compromised with something like Lyme or chronic fatigue syndrome or Epstein-Barr, anything like that, you will be prone to actually see the difference in diet and stress and rest if you're not sleeping and things like that much quicker than, say, a healthy person might notice it. So just keep that in mind. But the good news is I'm feeling so much better now. I'm still having a pretty good amount of wrist problems, but it's much better. As a matter of fact, I did some knitting. Now I had to go get my knitting. It's just a simple little hat that I did with some DK White acrylic yarn. This is Jamie yarn by Lion Brand. So it's very inexpensive acrylic, but I thought it was so pretty and so happy. I just loved it. But I had to go on a hunt for it. The reason why is because here in Georgia, for some reason, it is very common to put laundry rooms up on the floor with all the bedrooms. And while this sounds good in theory, we don't like it at all. We're used to having ours downstairs almost like a mud room. To us, when you're trudging in after washing cars or doing yard work or something like that, you don't want to trudge through your house and up the stairs and all that kind of stuff with your dirty clothes and towels and whatever else you've got. So we never have liked that. And then lo and behold, we found another reason we don't like it. Our washing machine began to leak in the nighttime, dripped through not one but 2 floors. So our house was completely wrecked through, I mean, all, you know, industrial fans and the whole shebang, trying to dry it out to keep from having to redo all the hardwood floors, which I think were successful. So anyway, we had all that going on while I was doing this homecoming stuff, as a matter of fact. Furniture just shoved anywhere because we can't put it back yet. And then that's not all. The other day, my phone just completely died. So I'm holding the new iPhone XS, no, is that what it is? Max. I don't know, but I love it and it's great, but it's expensive and I didn't want a new phone. I was happy with my other phone, but it just died, and then what do you do? Now another project that I was doing was this little crochet project. Isn't this the cutest little hat? I love it. This is a free pattern, very, very simple. And I mean, I love it so much because even though it is not done without seams, because you do join every time, you can't see it because of the way that these stitches are done. And I just love it. And again, we're always looking for ways to use up our open skeins and scraps and stuff, and this is a fantastic hat. Very simple. I don't think you need a tutorial, but it is crossing my mind that I may ask the designer if she would allow me to do one, because I just this goes right with the type of things that I love to do for my charity hats. And then this one, I can do a tutorial. This is what I've done this myself. Basically, it's just a little half double crochet hat, but we use 2 colors to kind of get a little patterning in like that. This is an interesting yarn. I got it as a closeout. It's called Vanna's Compliment. It's Vanna's Choice, but do you see the fuzzies in it? I really thought it was going to be difficult in case you had to rip back because of the fuzzies, but it really wasn't. It was a joy to work with, and I absolutely love the feel of it. I mean, it is an acrylic. I got it on a closeout, I think, and I had several colors that were, it was just those colors that were on a closeout, and I have several different colors. But I thought this made a happy little combination, so I was real pleased with that. Vanna's Compliment. But that is about all I've been working on. So considering the past couple of weeks and all the calamity that has ensued, the stress and the excitement and the happiness and the celebrations, it's nice to have a low-key few days ahead of me. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.
Traveling companies commanded by Cadet Captain Slade